Somewhere deep in the forests of northern Minnesota, a river does something no river should do. It disappears. This is the Devil's Kettle, where the Brule River splits in two. One half flows as expected, crashing down into the valley. But the other half, it vanishes, right into a hole in the rock, a swirling, churning portal that seems to lead nowhere. For decades, scientists have tried to solve the riddle. They've dropped dye, ping-pong balls, even GPS trackers. But nothing ever resurfaces downstream. Locals speak of the hole with reverence and a bit of fear. Is it a hidden cave system, an underground river, or something deeper, something the earth isn't ready to share? Whatever the truth, the Devil's Kettle remains a beautiful enigma, a natural paradox, hidden in plain sight. Because sometimes, even in the age of satellites and science, nature still knows how to keep a secret. On the rugged edge of Middle Island, the largest of the Recherche archipelago of Western Australia, something quietly defies reality. From high above, amid the deep sapphire blues of the Southern Ocean, a bold pink streak cuts through the green canopy like spilled paint on a canvas. This is Lake Hillier, a lake so pink, so vibrant, it almost feels like a mistake of the gods, or a glitch in nature's programming. But this isn't Photoshop, it isn't lighting, it isn't illusion. This is real. This is Earth. Discovered in 1802 by British explorer Matthew Flinders, who climbed the island's rugged heights and was stunned by the sight. Over 200 years later, the mystery remains nearly the same. Why is the lake pink? Scientists suggest it's the work of Dunaliella salina, a type of microalgae that thrives in salty waters and produces beta-carotene, the same pigment found in carrots. Combine that with halophilic bacteria, like halobacterium, that also emit reddish tones, and you get this, a glowing lake that looks like it was poured straight from a bottle of strawberry milk. But here's the twist. Even if you scoop the water into a glass, it remains pink. Not a trick of the sun, not a surface reflection. The color is part of the water itself. And still, despite the theories, no one knows exactly why this lake holds its hue so perfectly year after year. There are no roads, no nearby towns. Tourists don't flock here, and you can't swim in it. The Australian government protects the island like a treasure. Entry is restricted. Nature is left to breathe undisturbed. From above, the contrast is surreal. The lake is surrounded by a dense rim of eucalyptus forest, which gently slopes down to bright white sand dunes. Then suddenly the roaring deep blue ocean. Pink, green, white, blue. 4 worlds meeting at once. And yet, it's silent here. No bubbling geysers, no crashing waterfalls, just a gentle lake that glows with quiet confidence, asking for nothing but your awe. It's the kind of place that makes you believe in the magical realism of our world, that there's still wonder hidden in plain sight, if you're willing to look far enough. Lake Hillier isn't a postcard. It's not a filter. It's not some digital fantasy spun up for clicks. It's real, tangible, alive. And in a world that sometimes feels overexposed and overexplored, it stands as a soft-spoken miracle, a pink punctuation mark on the story of Earth, a reminder that our planet doesn't just survive, it astonishes. At the intersection of 3 nations, Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, something rises that doesn't just challenge our sense of scale, it challenges our sense of reality. Mount Roraima, a fortress of stone floating like an island in the sky, towering 2,800 meters above the jungle floor. Its summit stretches for miles. A flat, ancient plateau carved by time itself. The edges are sheer, like walls of a castle crafted by forgotten giants. Waterfalls pour from the cliffs like silver ribbons, disappearing into the mists below. Locals call it the Tepui, meaning house of the gods. And when you first lay eyes on it, you understand why. This isn't just a mountain. It's a relic from the dawn of Earth. Over 2 billion years old, Roraima is part of the Guiana Shield, one of the oldest geological formations on the planet, older than the Himalayas, older than the Andes, older than the dinosaurs, and yet it still stands, defiant and untouched, shrouded in low clouds and timeless myths. Indigenous Pemon and Capon tribes believe this mountain is sacred. According to legend, it's the stump of a giant tree that once held all the fruits and vegetables in the world until it was cut down, flooding the earth and forever changing life below. The summit is often wrapped in fog, thick, mysterious, as if trying to hide something. And maybe it is, because when explorers finally climb its slippery, narrow trails and reach the top, they enter an entirely different world, a landscape so alien it inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle to write The Lost World, a novel about dinosaurs surviving atop a hidden plateau. And while there are no dinosaurs here, the truth is almost stranger. The top of Mount Roraima is a lost ecosystem, home to plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. Carnivorous pitcher plants that digest insects, rare black frogs that can't hop, moss-covered rock mazes stretching for kilometers, crystals embedded in the ground like stardust. It rains almost every day. The soil is poor. The conditions are harsh, and still, life endures. Life thrives. Scientists believe this island in the sky has evolved in isolation for millions of years, like a natural time capsule. But getting here isn't easy. There are no roads to the summit, only multi-day hikes through dense rainforest, treacherous climbs, and fast-changing weather. You carry everything you need on your back. No electricity, no permanent shelters, just you, the wind, and stone shaped by eternity. At night, the stars here feel closer. At dawn, the clouds curl around the cliffs, like ghosts whispering secrets from a forgotten world. Standing on Mount Roraima isn't just a physical journey. It's a spiritual reckoning. You feel small. You feel ancient. You feel alive. And in that moment you realize the world doesn't need to be imagined to be extraordinary. It already is. Mount Roraima is not fantasy. It is fact, and proof that Earth still holds places where time stands still and wonder walks freely. Tucked away near the small village of Nowe Czarnowo, in western Poland, is a forest that looks like nature bent its own rules. Welcome to the Crooked Forest, a grove of nearly 400 pine trees, all curving sharply at the base like question marks rooted in silence. These trees aren't twisted by chance. They didn't grow this way because of storms or snow. Their trunks bend northward in a perfect arc before straightening out and reaching skyward. All of them, identical in their bend, like dancers frozen mid-bow, or guardians leaning in to listen. No one knows for sure why, and that's part of what makes this place so haunting. Some believe it was human-made, that local foresters in the 1930s manipulated young saplings, hoping to craft curved wood for boat hulls or furniture. But then war came, and the project was abandoned, leaving nature to complete the sculpture. Others whisper theories of gravitational anomalies, supernatural forces, or even UFO activity pulled straight from folklore. But the truth remains buried in time. Today the forest is quiet. The trees, now over 80 years old, sway gently in the breeze, curving as if mid-thought. And when the mist rolls in, something shifts. The crooked forest stops being a collection of trees and becomes a living riddle, a place where geometry and biology collide, a place that stirs the imagination. Are these trees nature's error or its secret art? There are no fences, no signs, just the rustle of wind and the occasional footstep of a curious traveler, drawn here by wonder. Children play among the curves like it's a fairy tale. Photographers come in silence, hoping the morning fog revealed something extra. But the forest keeps its mystery, and maybe that's the beauty of it, because in a world obsessed with answers, the crooked forest asks better questions, like, what if the truth doesn't matter? What if wonder is enough? Here, in the heart of Poland, lies not just a grove of misshapen trees, but a perfect reminder that even in stillness, Earth is wild, strange, and utterly unexplainable. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. From rivers that vanish and flames that glow blue, to caves that sparkle like galaxies and mountains that pierce the clouds, this journey has shown us one truth. Earth is the most astonishing storyteller. It doesn't need fiction. It doesn't need special effects. The planet we call home is already brimming with scenes more surreal than any dream, more powerful than any myth. So whether you're a wanderer, a dreamer, or just someone craving awe, remember, the world is not finished with its miracles. You just have to keep looking.